Peace, peace, peace. What's going on, world? Welcome to another Substantial Weekly. My name is Substantial. It's great to see everybody. Man, this has been a crazy week. If it's your first time watching Substantial Weekly, thank you for tuning in. Make sure that you like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, all that good stuff. And for those of you who tune in every week and have popped in a few times, man, I'm always grateful to have you here. A lot to get into today. Got a couple updates for you. Today may or may not be as long as usual. Depends on how the Q&A go, per usual. And yeah, man, let's jump into it. First and foremost, let me know where you're tuning in from. Shout out to Steph in the chat right now. It's Steph, y'all. Steph is tuning in from Camp Springs, I believe. She's about to try Spizzy for the first time. Please tell my folks over there at Spizzy I said peace and what's up, and I hope you enjoy it. I know you will. It's super dope. But shout out to Nice Afro in the chat. Also, my man Juan Para. Good to see you, fam. It's been a while since I seen you up in the chat. Good to see you, man. And also shout out to Frankie and Sneck Official. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Good to see everybody up in here. And we got a lot to cover today, man. But to all of my supporters, those of you who support through Patreon, those of you who support through Bandcamp subscriptions, or you just donate to the videos from time to time, it is greatly appreciated. It allows me to continue to do things like this. So yeah, man, but let's jump into a few things. So first things first, you know, I wanted to give you all heads up on how my week went, man, just to let you know what's been up this week. Today was the first time that not today, pardon me, this week, Thursday in particular. So yesterday was the first time that I actually got to go back into the classroom with little kids, right? Like, so I still work with work in education. For those who don't know, I still I still work with Omega School. I normally teach online music business classes through them. And I also work with Words Beats. No, pardon me. So I work with Omega School teaching in person, but these are young adults. And then through Words Beats in Life, I teach music business classes as well, but those are online, right? But it's been a long time, man, since I've actually been in the classroom with kids who are like kindergarten age and younger. And yesterday, man, I had the honor of doing that. Shout out to the students over at Key School. Key School is a school out in Annapolis, Maryland. And it's a school where kids attend that school from as young as pre-K all the way through high school. So shout out to my man Andy Katz, who is a super dope visual artist and also an educator, who invited me out, and Miss Becky, who I worked with, who helped me with the young people to set all of that up. So I just wanted to share that experience with y'all, man, because it was super dope. I don't have the photos and video yet, but I do have this really dope message that the young people shared with me after my visit. And yeah, man, a little single thug tear moment, you know what I mean? It was really cool, so I'm gonna share that with you in a second, so you can check it out, man. Maybe it'll put a smile on your face, brighten your day a little bit. All right, shout out to Badass Don, who's tuning in and listening right now. So but yeah, man, let me share that image with you. Hold tight. So I'm gonna show you first the cover image that they shared, and then the message inside. So so here it is, right? So they made this card, man. So just to give you a little context on why I was there. So I was there to do a reading for my book. So for those of you who don't know, I have a children's book that I released called She Sees, which is about my daughters. And yeah, man, I had the honor and privilege of going to Key School yesterday and reading that book in person to kindergartners and pre-K students. And for those of you who want to check out the book, you can check it out here if you haven't already. If you got young people in your family, probably pre-K through, and maybe younger than pre-K through like maybe second or third grade, this is a great book for them. But anyway, yeah, man. So when I was leaving, getting ready to leave, I saw this folded up piece of paper that said Mr. Stan with a heart on it. I read the book to them. I did a couple activities and stuff with them, allowed them to make some art, and talked about how I came up with the book, played the song that inspired the book, all of that. And it was super dope. So then, as I said, I was getting ready to leave, and man, they give me this right here. Yeah, they give me this message, man. So it said, "Peace, Mr. Stan. Thank you for giving us pictures. We love them. They're amazing. Thank you for reading this book to us. I love you. I love that book." It's basically messages from all the kids, and they combined it into one thing. You're my favorite author. I love She Sees. It was cool, and the pictures were cool. Shout out to Luna Bunny. And someone said they liked when I did the beatbox, and I was beatboxing for them too. And they asked me if I could come back, and they were saying they wish I was still in the class. Man, hey, bro, like it was, hey, man, the youngins, the little ones, bro. Yeah, man, you know, if you don't have kids of your own or you don't work with kids, it's kind of, I don't want to say it's hard to explain, but like sometimes it's kind of hard to understand what those experiences are like. But man, it was super dope. It was really, really dope. And shout out to they had several Black students there too. And because it was Black History Month, that was part of the reason why I was there. And it was super dope because, man, let me tell you, these little kids, their parents was making sure that their shirts was crazy. Like they had some really dope Black History shirts that they were wearing, which was kind of cool, man. One little girl said her shirt said basically said a little piece of Black history, you know what I mean? Because she was probably like 5, I think. So, you know, she's like that big. And yeah, man, it was just super dope, man. I had a great time and stuff. So shout out to Key School. Thanks for having me. I just wanted to make sure I shouted them out to start off the show today. But yeah, man, let me know how y'all are doing, where you watching from in the chat, all of that good stuff. Shout out to everybody that's watching right now. The next thing, man, I wanted to give you all a heads up on. Shout out to all the Patreon supporters. I just wanted to give you heads up that there is something new on Patreon today. And so it's new, but it's also a little, it's not too old, a few months old, but a special version of the track I made available today. So I'm going to share my screen again with you and give y'all a little sneak peek. And this is for the people who contribute on Patreon, $3 or higher. So I'm only going to play a snippet on this weekly show, but for those of you who are Patreon supporters, you can definitely check out the whole thing and download it as well. So let's get that up on the screen right now. Go gadget, Patreon, Shazam. All right. And so, yeah, man. So this is the exclusive instrumental for Stillmatic that I produced for the homie Anacaona Rocio Milagro. Shout out to Sis. Man, shout out to everybody who's been keeping that track in rotation. And if you haven't heard it, you need to check it out. Also, shout out to Lizzie Blue, who plays piano over top of the production that I laid down for this track. And here's a quick snippet of it. I'm going to give you about a minute or so, and then we'll keep it moving. Let me know what you think in the comments. Shout out to Ilhan Idris. All is well. Thanks for asking, family. Shout out to everyone who's watching on Twitch as well, and those of you watching on YouTube. I appreciate y'all. All right. So like I said, snippets. You know what I mean? So that instrumental right now, produced by me, featuring Lizzie Blue, from the song Stillmatic by Anacaona Rocio Milagro, is available right now exclusively on Patreon. Of course, if you want to check out the original track, you can do that on all streaming platforms, as well as her Bandcamp. So feel free to do that at some point. I will link you all to that too in a second. But yeah, man, it's just so much going on, man. Definitely. Oh man, I don't even know like how I'm keeping up with everything, man, but I'm doing my best right now. But it's a blessing, man, you know. That is a great question. All right. Rusty Shackelford wants to know if that was a Summer Madness sample. It actually is not. But I took elements, I took a string sample that I found and kind of flipped it around in a way and adjusted it in a way where it created that feel. But yeah, great question, man. I like that. Yeah. And so, you know, one of the exciting things about sampling sometimes is finding a sample that feels like another song that a lot of people know. And it's not the same song at all, but it feels like it's in the same vicinity, right? Like it's in the same ballpark. And so yeah, man, definitely I appreciate that. Substan's blessing it. Yes. Shout out to my man Cash, who this morning called me Stanime. I feel like that might be a song title, a EP or something. I found it to be hilarious. So shout out to Ilhan. Ask, am I a rapper? Yes, I am. I feel like Ilhan might be new to the party, but it's all good. Yeah, man. Maybe you'll get a sample of a verse or something before I go. So let's get into other news. So the other reminder that I wanted to hit you all with, for those of you who don't know, next Friday is the last Friday of the month, which means that I will be doing my next live from home. And so make sure that you tune in for that next Friday evening. It'll be live here on YouTube. So for those of you watching on Switch, the live from homes happen exclusively on YouTube. So you might need to come over and check me on this side of things if you want to check that out. But the link is coming up for you all right now. Make sure that you go ahead and click that link and you set your reminders so that way you don't miss the show. My special guest for next week is going to be KDFoxx. She's going to be doing live art while I do a beat set. And then following the beat set, I'll be doing my performance. And of course, per usual, like we do every week, we'll be ending with a live Q&A. All right. Yeah, man. So let's see what else we got going on. And just so that you know you're in the right place when you're looking up the info for the event for next week, this is what the flyer looks like. It should be popping up on your screen right about nowish. Shazam. Yeah, so man, definitely make sure you tune in. It's going to be super dope. It's going to be a lot of fun. And yeah. Okay, here's a great question. Any plans in the pipeline for going on tour? So it's funny you asked that question because I literally had a conversation last night about a potential late summer and early fall tour. And it might get spread out, like we might do certain regions. It'll likely start on the East Coast, and we'll probably head out west. If we get enough interest for the Midwest, we'll likely go out there too. As far as Europe, Asia, other places, can't make you any promises. We'll reach out and see what's going on, but we've definitely started having talks about hitting the road. So thanks again for that question, Alex. And for those who missed it, Alex was asking about tour plans. So right now, the only events that are confirmed, I have 2 events next week. Both are online. One, I'm doing something with G2 Esports, a game company out in Germany. I'll be doing a live event with them. Details for that are forthcoming. That's finally locked in, and the date is next Wednesday. It'll be available for viewing exclusively on Discord. So that's going on. And then next Friday, of course, is this event that you got on the screen. Friday, February 25th is the live from home with KDFoxx. Remember, I'll be doing these every month throughout the year, last Friday of the month. All right, so just keep that in mind. And then also confirmed, this hasn't been announced publicly, but of course, y'all the OG supporters, so I'm giving y'all heads up first. But I will be back at Otakon this year. There'll be a lot of other guests too, which I can't announce just yet, but I will be performing at Otakon this summer in Washington, D.C. At the Walter E. Washington Convention Center. So just a heads up on that. If you haven't got your tickets for Otakon yet, you might want to do that. The last time we were at Otakon, the room held over 2,000 people and sold out very quickly. So we're expecting more of the same. It's going to be insane. You definitely want to tune in for that. All right. Alex pointed out that he saw me and Shingo in DC a couple years ago at the Nugent Best tribute show. And man, that was a hell of a show. Man, we appreciate the love. So we're about to do it again. It won't be a Nugent Best tribute event, but you already know if I'm there, more than likely I'll be doing some of that material. And there are a lot of other cool guests that'll be there too. All right. So yeah, man. So that's what's going on with the performances and the events. We already gave you an update on Patreon. And yeah, man, let's talk about this vinyl. So if you don't know, man, and I don't know, maybe you were living under a rock. Maybe you just don't click on every video that I post. But, I'm not feeling away. I'm going to show you right now. So in case you missed it, yesterday I posted this short. Yeah, son. That right there, that is the vinyl for the new album, Animal Arithmetic, Volume 1 by me and KDFoxx, which is out right now. It's available on all streaming platforms. Definitely want to check that out, man. We're super proud of that project. So in the chat right now, if you are watching on YouTube, pinned at the top of the chat, you should see a link for that vinyl. So if you want a copy of that vinyl, you need to go ahead and make that happen ASAP. You know what I mean? Because we only pressed 400 copies of that vinyl. Half of them have already been claimed, and pre-ordered sales are coming in almost daily. So definitely don't want to wait long. It's priced at $40 for the vinyl. Just know that once it sells out and you see these people reselling it, it's going to be twice as much. You know what I mean? It's going to, people are going to be out here selling it for like 80, $100 or even more. So if you want to support it now and get it directly from us instead of buying it from, the vinyl collectors and vinyl sellers later, you might want to act on that as soon as possible. So again, Animal Arithmetic Volume 1 out right now. Vinyl pre-orders are up. Shipments should be going out soon, hopefully in the next weeks. Shout out to Green Vinyl Records. Shout out to Mono Stereo Records for doing an amazing job turning around this project. So for those who don't know, in the vinyl world right now, it's taking an extremely long time to get your records pressed. Most people right now, it's taking them, I want to say about like 7 months, 6 months in some cases to get their albums. And I've heard as long as 8 months, people have been putting in orders and waiting 8 months in some cases to get their records back. We put in this order at the very end of November or maybe the first week of December, and the vinyl is already coming to us. It's literally, I just met with them today, and they just told me that it should be in my hands by Monday. So my assumption is that the company we're using to distribute them directly to you all, it should hopefully get to you all, if not before the end of this month, but by early next month at the latest, fingers crossed. And I'm mainly speaking for the people here in the U.S. Of course, if you're overseas, it's going to take a bit longer. But shout out to everybody who's interested in the vinyl. Nice Afro, I see you. Hey, peace, Ice Killer. We got a veteran up in here. All right. Shout out to you. And Juan, man, per usual, thanks for always supporting, man. You're always supporting the vinyl and the various releases over the years, man. I appreciate you so much. We got another loyal supporter up in here. Peace. What's going on? Kaz, man. Good to see you up in this joint. So, yeah. So that's what's happening with the vinyl. And for those who haven't seen what the cover art looks like, let me show you something. So there it is, man. Oh, it's sexy. Hold up. Lord, man. So you got your front cover, which most of you have seen. The back cover, which the back cover also doubles as the cover art for the instrumental version of the album, which basically will be dropping on March 4th on all streaming platforms. So songs like the one that played in the video clip before with IQ on it, that instrumental will be available. Songs like Your Greatest Weapon, the instrumental will be available on March 4th. And then all of the tracks from the album that had the voiceovers over it, all of the voiceovers will be removed. So it'll be 100% instrumental version of the album available in a couple weeks. But yeah, man, but this is what the cover art looks like. It's sexy. Shout out to KDFoxx, who absolutely destroyed the cover art, man. She killed it. It's phenomenal. Man, shout out to everybody in the comments showing love. Yeah, man, she did a great job on the art. So yeah, and that's just some of it. This is what so yeah, man, this is what the inside, rather than the typical the sheet, the slips for the vinyl. So this folds in half and the record actually stores in this, you know what I mean? So one side of it looks like this. The other side has the credit information and looks like this. So that will be inside of the vinyl on top of that. And yeah, man, yo, shout out to everybody again for showing love on the art. Again, KDFoxx killed it. And then, hold on. And that's your A side label. That's what that's going to look like. The vinyl record itself is actually orange. I'll show the video one more time for those who might have missed it, who just showed up. But yeah, man. And then that's your B side label right there. Thank you, Steph. Appreciate the love. Bob, what up, Bob? Yeah, man. Shout out to Bob. But yeah, but that is what your vinyl looks like, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, my brother from another mother, Marcus D. Hey, man, it's a family affair up in here, man. We got Marcus D coming through. Man, it's almost, I feel like it's really late where he is right now, but he out here with us. And we got my sister from another Mr. Steph up in this joint. And we got an OG Bop Alloy supporter, Bob, up in here, man. It's a family affair, man. I felt like I should have had wings, you know what I'm saying? And and some potato salad, you know what I'm saying? Some cards ready so we can get a spades game, something, bruh. Good to see y'all up in here, man. But yeah, man, that's what the vinyl looks like. And again, if you're just tuning in, I will play that clip that I posted yesterday across all social media. This is what the actual record looks like. And for those who don't know, orange is my favorite color. So yay. Bruh. Oh my God. I cannot wait to have it in my hands on Monday. I'm so excited. And I can't wait for you all to have it too, man. It's been a long time coming. Marcus D is hilarious. Oh man, don't you put no raisins in the potato salad, Marcus. You know what I mean? We're gonna have to revoke your invite to the cookout. All right, Zen in the back. Oh my God, yeah, man, that was hilarious. But yeah, man, definitely excited, man, to get this vinyl to you. Folks going in. Boy, you violated, Marcus. You violated with the raisins, boy. Hey, what's going on? Blackheart, good to see you up in here, family. MD up in the house. He always repping. Word, that's what's up. Hey, looking forward to it, Steph. But yeah, man, so that's what's going on with the vinyl. Hold tight. I do have something else. That's love right there. Quan, thank you so much for supporting both of us, family. We definitely appreciate it. But yeah, hold tight. Let me get something else up on the screen because we're about to pivot for a second. And yeah, hold up. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is now officially time for the Q&A. So please throw your questions in the chat. Sometimes, every now and then, when it's really popping, we get a lot of questions. So if you don't mind and you're willing to do it, feel free to use the super chat feature. You can make a small donation to the channel, and that will highlight your question to ensure that I don't miss it. You also have the option every week to email your questions or tweet your questions, DM your questions to me, and then I try my best to answer them every week. All right. So let's go ahead and jump into that as well, man. Yo, Marcus, we absolutely do have the best fans. And he was just letting everybody know that was satire. He was pulling your leg. He was just messing with you. He is not bringing raisins to the cookout. Good job, Marcus. All right. So let's go ahead and jump into this Q&A before we go. All right. First question, which was sent in this morning, actually, from OG Peaceful Plant on Twitter. Shout out to them. You can follow them on Twitter if you want. But yeah, man, they ask, when is Shingo 2 and Substantial going to happen? That is an awesome question. All right. Thank you for sending that question in. So when is Shingo 2 and Substantial going to happen? And so what I took from that, I looked at that as a question about when we're going to do a collab, because we've toured together. We've hung out, broke bread. We speak on the phone and via email pretty frequently. But we have never done a song officially. We've rapped on stage together and trade verses that way live, but we've never actually done a song together. So, yeah, so basically, worry not. The conversation has already happened. Back in 2020, late 2020, I sent Shingo a couple beats for my next album, Adulting, which has been taking forever to finish and make, but it is coming, and it's coming this year. And so I sent Shingo some beats. I sent him a beat, actually. I had a specific beat in mind, and he really, really dug it. He dug the rough version of it. Of course, we're going to develop it some more. But yeah, man. Hey, what's going on, Peaceful Plant? I was just reading off your question. So yeah, he told me he dug the beat. I came up with the concept for it. We started discussing it. Has not been recorded yet, but he already confirmed that he's down to do it. Of course, this was a while ago, but we talk pretty frequently. So I should be finished writing my portion of it and hopefully get things started within the next few months so we can make sure that it makes it onto the next album. So So God willing, man, it is going to happen. We've already been in talks about it. And yeah, man, it's exciting to say the least, because we know fans have been waiting for that for a long time. So thanks for sending that question in, Peaceful Plant. We appreciate it. Yeah, man. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Let's see. Another question just came in from my man Blackheart. When is the next batch of Artistry podcast coming out? Hey, man, thank you for that question. That's what's up. I learned a lot from those. So for those who don't know, I have a podcast with my wife called Artistry. And it's like art and industry combined, but take out the I in. And if you've never checked out that podcast, I got a link for you now. Hold on, check out the podcast here. And man, it's really dope. So over the years, I've always joked with my wife, and I call my wife the Black Barbara Walters, because Black Barb, man, aka my wife Rochelle, she just asks great questions a lot of times. And in the past, when you've seen me interview other people, a lot of times I speak with her and get feedback from her on the questions I ask beforehand. And so yeah, it's a podcast that we have, and we interview people in the music, art industry. And everyone that we interview, for the most part, about 99% of the people we've interviewed are full-time creatives, right? Yeah, man, past guests have included Shingo 2, Marcus D, Funky DL. We interviewed Verbal. We interviewed my sister, the homie Kali Abdullah, who works for Spotify as a visual artist working with Spotify. We've interviewed Maria Gaspar, who's an amazing visual artist and activist based in Chicago, who also attended Pratt with. The homie Blacklight, Micah Blacklight, who's a really dope visual artist, used to work for Ralph Lauren, and he's a comic book artist. He's also an author. He does a lot of different things, an amazing poet as well. So we've interviewed him and so many others, man. There's a lot of people. Oh, my man Kokai, Grammy nominated producer, singer, songwriter. Kokai was on the show. So yeah, man, we tap into a lot of our friends. We use the hashtag friend. My friends are dope. But yeah, man, definitely check out the podcast if you haven't. It's really dope. And so the focus of the podcast is to really, we use it kind of as a way to educate people who are up and coming creatives, like people who want to make a living in the arts industry, in the music industry. Our podcast is a great show to listen to so that you can like hear what other people's journeys were. But then if you watch it live, because the first season was all pre-recorded, second season was live. We're planning to do the third season live. But then you all can, just like you're here right now, you can throw in questions in the chat and we can answer specific questions. The thing is, the main theme of the show is to basically inform the listener. Like, so we're really creating this show specifically for people who are in the arts and music industry, who really want to learn how to better navigate their careers and their journey and really just kind of pick up some gems along the way. And it's been dope because some of the people who featured on the show, are regular listeners of the podcast and oftentimes hit us back saying that, man, like they've learned a lot. And they're people who've been in the industry 10 plus, 15, 20 plus years. And it's just, man, it's really fun to do. And it's been dope to do that with my wife, who's also a creative. So yeah, man. So definitely look out for that. Again, that podcast is available right now across all platforms for you to check out and listen to for free. All right. Let's see. One of my favorite Bop Alloy tracks is Waiting Room Freestyle. Do you think y'all will do something else like that in the future? Wow, you dug deep for that one, man. I might just play that before we go, man. Yeah, I think I'll play that before we go because I don't think a lot of people have heard that. But yeah, man, I'm sure Marcus and I will revisit like as we make more music, play around with just dropping like a random freestyle or something connected to the project, or just because. Why not? You know what I mean? But let me see if I can find that real quick and maybe play that for those of you who aren't hip Yeah, hey man, yeah. I remember doing that studio session, man. It was definitely a good time. It was definitely a good time. So let's see if I can find that real quick. Man, yo, you took me back with that one. Waiting Room Freestyle. Because I'm pretty sure it's people here who have not heard that. Bob Alloy, Shazam. Ha ha ha. Let me see, did I get it? Huh. Trying to see if it's I think I found it. Yes. All right, here we go. Hey, so yeah, man. All right, we're gonna go ahead and play this. Yeah, man. Thanks for bringing that up. You know what I mean? Take it down memory lane. All right, so let me go ahead and share the screen. Make sure this audio was ready. Word up. There it is. All right, so, and you all can stream this on SoundCloud. So, yeah, here we go. Yeah. Ladies, hold on. Gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome. My name is Substantial. Got music in the background. That's my brother Marcus D. And we are Bob Alloy. Not to be confused with our imaginary French counterparts. Bob Alloy. It's just another day in the life of good music, man. Yeah. Yes, it is high, packed with my guy, our styles collide. Tried to imitate the deny this fly shit we provide. Yeah, gotta be dumb, the lottery y'all just won. Start turning them headphones up and feel the allure of what we record. We can't be compared to none. So-called elite ones, nor the cretins. We see the hunger and the biting, but none of them eating. Look at where you're from, star. You'll never be us. My lyrics are mags, and you need a rag to stop up the whack ass. Trust issues, cause the music been misused. But we got the Vishnu of this issue. Our music uplifts you as you continue to climb and shine as bright as I'm over until stars resign. Mine, Einstein with rhymes fresher than time or pine. Been in my prime, spitting design to give you classic tunes. Get in the way, get hit with the spray to give you acid wounds. Original man with lyrics and plans unlike these average cones. Hurling these bombs, a whirl in my palm, I'm about to grab the moon. Then I get Mars, I hit him with bars, scratch that, harpoons. Hit him so hard, get visions of stars at 3 in the afternoon. Putting it down, ain't fucking around with these rap backbones. Don't monkey around with none of them clowns. National lampoons, we're a national treasure. Put that on your ledger. Make sure it is bold in capital letters. Feeling like Hannibal Lecter. It's on, you should have been warned. Y'all are just entrees to us. Far from the normal, what we perform is just spontaneous. I get lost in the moments, hold them. I am prone to blackout bars as good as gold, and I'm the chosen more than what they rap about. To my father, I'm beholden. Suppose that I would have told them that I've been posing after the scolding. Probably would've got smacked out. I don't act out, I don't act up, I ain't acting. That ain't what my life about. I am active, I'm about action. Fuck them, what they chap out. Need the rapper, all that rapping. Running circles round these bammers. Man, I lap them and they faction. Facts, friend. Man, okay. Yo, I haven't listened to that in quite some time. I think we dropped that like 7 years ago or something, man. So, hey, thanks for bringing that up. You know what I mean? Definitely was cool to go down memory lane. Appreciate it. So, here's a question that we got from the folks over on Twitch. And I feel away because I have not been ignoring Twitch. But the question was, why are you ignoring the Twitch chat? I have not. I'm sorry if I haven't commented over there in a while, but I just dropped the link over there for the podcast, and I didn't see any questions from the folks on Twitch since the last question from Ilhan. So if you do have a question, for those of you watching on Twitch, feel free to throw it in here, and I will absolutely address it. All right? But I'm sorry you feel that way. You know what I mean? But I definitely got you if you have a question about what we're talking about right now. And remember, it's Q&A time, so feel free to just throw it in there. I'm here for a few more minutes before I dip. Hey, man, I appreciate the love, Alex and Cass. Thank you so much. Let's see what we're talking about here. So dope. You guys put some amazing material together. We're listening to Chillaxation yesterday. Commencement, Still Think Different. And incredible tracks. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. But yeah, so yeah, man. So fun fact, while Marcus and I was recording that is one of, I want to say we've only ever been in the studio together while I'm actually recording the stuff. Definitely less than 5 times. Correct me if I'm wrong, Marcus, but yeah. But yeah, man, it's all good. All right. Thank you, Peaceful Plant. I appreciate that. Big Mac, the real one, says, I mean, I'm new. I don't know what you even do. It's all good. I'm happy you're here, though. You know what I mean? So for those who don't know, if it is your first time watching and you don't know who I am, what I do, my name is Substantial. This is my weekly newsletter to the fans who know what's up. And to those of you who don't, a chance to get y'all hip to what's going on. I'm a rapper, producer, visual artist, educator, and author now. So yeah, man, I've been at it a long time. Most people know me for my collaborations with Nujabes, music I've done for video games like PUBG Mobile, Arc Knights, man, a lot of things, you know what I mean? Performed around the world for the last 20 plus years. I'm an educator. I teach music business, for several organizations, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I'm gonna stop now because it sounds like I'm bragging, but that's what it is. That's my life. You know what I mean? I'm out here, B. All right. Marcus D, Uyama, Hiroto, Substantial, Shingo, Funky DL, We Can Dream. Hey, man, sounds like a great time. You know what I mean? Now, I think it might be easier to get all of us on a song together than to get us like live and in person. You know what I mean? But yeah, anything's possible. All right. I'm gonna share that dream. That's what's up, man. Yeah, so Marcus just confirmed we've recorded live and in person together 4 times, right? And I don't know if he's including the time. It wasn't our song, but he was in the studio with me and Kenichiro when I was working on that song Wave, when we recorded Wave. Shout out to Kenichiro Nishihara. Yeah, man. Let's see. So they want to know, who is Marcus? So Marcus D. So Marcus just confirmed 5. Marcus D is a super dope producer who's together we formed the group Bop Alloy. And Marcus is basically, he's tuning in via YouTube. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, but him and I go back now. I think Marcus first reached out to me when he was 16 years old. I was 26 years old. He was an up-and-coming producer still in high school, making his first album. He sent me some dope beats. I was impressed by those beats. I talked to my agent, my guy who took care of all things like Japan and opportunities that I dealt with out there. I took those same beats that Marcus has sent me, let him hear it in the songs that we came up with. And I was like, man, I think if me and this guy did a lot more music together, like maybe even a full-length album, it could be a big deal. And we could probably do a lot, especially with these opportunities we're getting to go back and forth to Japan. And he basically heard the beats and he looked at me and was like, hell yeah. And so, you know, Marcus and I started working on an album. And I ultimately told my partner, my agent at the time, that, yo, we need to come up with a name for this. And so we almost ended up not going with Bop Alloy because he was concerned that it might be difficult for some of the Japanese fans to say. And I just had to remind him, I was just like, well, we're American. And also, you know, like we gotta make decisions on what we're going to do based on what we feel, not just kind of limit our scope to just what one audience wants, right? Like, that's the fans in Japan, of course, they're fans just like everyone else, but like, I'm not going to make decisions solely based on one region, right? I'm always thinking about the global community and how what we're doing is impacting everybody, not just the one. So so we pushed for the name Bop Alloy, and the rest is history, man, you know? All right, let's see. Hey, my man over in Twitch is hilarious. So he just said, when were you 26? Damn, how old are you now? I feel like you got to be early 20s or like a teenager. So yeah, man, that was 17 years ago. 17 years ago. So Marcus D and I are almost, damn, man, we almost go back 20 years. That's crazy, yo. It's crazy. All right. Shout out to Jay Guy. What's going on, family? Good to see you up in here. All right. Yes, indeed. 20, he said 17 years ago, I was still liquid. Hey, man, shout out to Big Mac, the real one. Definitely for adding a whole lot of comedy to today's live stream. But, yo, that's pretty much that, man. If no one else has any questions, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up today. I appreciate y'all for tuning in so much, man. Just a friendly reminder that Animal Arithmetic is out right now. I definitely recommend everybody go out, check the album out. It's doing crazy well right now. We've already, I haven't looked at it today, but I'm pretty sure we hit 60,000 or close to 60,000 streams for the project on Spotify alone. So that doesn't include everywhere else, which would probably put us closer to about 100,000 streams for the album, which is crazy because the album, I think, just turned, 2 weeks old today. So, yeah, man, for us to be some indie dudes and not be on any major playlist that have, 100,000 followers or more, those aren't bad numbers, man. And it's because of folks like y'all. So thank y'all for supporting. All right. Yeah, man. But word, man. Thank you. I appreciate that, Cass. Thanks for the supports, man. And thank you, Marcus. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, man. It's only going to get bigger, man. It's only going to get bigger because the crazy thing is the album's getting crazy support right now, and we haven't even dropped the official manga for the album, which inspired the album, right? So the manga will be hopefully out by the summer, like early summer. So look out for that. Shout out to my partner KDFoxx. I'm sure we're going to talk about it more next week. All right. Hey, man, I appreciate the follow. Thank you, Big Mac. Thank you. Let's see. All right, Tommy. Peace to you and yours. Love the story about you teaching a little piece of Black history. That's what's up. Yeah, thank you, man. Yeah, that was an awesome experience. For those of you who tuned in late, I shared that yesterday. I actually visited Key School in Annapolis, Maryland, and spoke to some elementary school kids, ages probably 6 to 4. I got to read my children's book that I put out, which was inspired by my song, In My Daughter's Eyes. The book's called She Sees. And yeah, man, the kids were great. It was a great experience. I should be posting photos and videos of that experience, hopefully in the next couple days. I don't have anything yet. I'm waiting for them to send them over. But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all so much for tuning in, man. I'm going to get ready to head out of here. Got a lot more to do today. And man, and I got a lot more updates coming for y'all real soon. Don't forget to tune in next week. Remember, next week, there won't be a substantial weekly. Remember, the last Friday of the month, I don't do my weekly update. And that's because the last Friday of the month is when we do the show right here on YouTube. So for those of you watching on Twitch still, here is the link for you to tune in next week for the live event. Go ahead, make sure you click this link and set your reminder so you can tune in. All right. But yeah, man, y'all have a great one. See y'all next week, man. Peace. I'll see you soon, but talk to you sooner, y'all. Be blessed.